We have ignition, and we have liftoff of the Titan Centaur carrying the first of two Voyager spacecraft to extend man's senses farther into the solar system than ever before.
NASA confirmed Thursday that the Voyager 1 probe has made history by becoming the first human-made object to leave our solar system and enter interstellar space.
Far beyond the planets, at the edge of our solar system, something strange is happening as Voyager 1 has entered a mysterious new realm.
NASA says its Voyager 1 probe, the most distant human-made object in the universe, is sending usable information to Earth again.
It has revealed shocking phenomena that challenge our understanding of the cosmos and have left NASA scientists stunned. But what did Voyager discover in the mostly empty, silent expanse of interstellar space? And could this be the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe? Join us as we reveal what Voyager detected that left NASA stunned and what it means for the future of space exploration. An exploration of the Voyager probes. The Voyager mission has been one of human history's most extraordinary scientific journeys. Launched in 1977, the Voyager probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, were sent on a mission to explore the outer planets of our solar system. But their journey didn't stop there. These incredible spacecraft have defied expectations, traveling further than anyone ever imagined and providing a window into the unknown. Even more shocking is that they are now venturing into the depths of interstellar space, far beyond the reaches of the sun's influence.
According to a new report, the latest data from the NASA space probe Voyager 1 has left scientists without a working model for the outer solar system.
Their discoveries have left NASA scientists and astronomers alike in awe, with each new finding challenging everything we thought we knew about the universe. Voyager's original mission was to complete a grand tour of the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, capturing never-before-seen images and data. But after sending back unbelievable photographs and measurements, the spacecraft continued on their paths, passing beyond the planets and into the wide, uncharted territories of deep space. Even after over 40 years of operation, Voyager 1 and 2 continue to send data back to Earth. But the recent discoveries at the edge of our solar system have truly shocked scientists. What exactly have they found? And why are these findings so unexpected? And this is where you'd want to pay more attention because what you're about to hear next might blow your mind. Imagine standing at the solar system's edge, where the sun's influence disappears. That boundary, known as the heliopause, is where the sun's solar wind, the stream of charged particles that extends out from the sun, loses its strength and gives way to the emptiness of interstellar space. For decades, scientists could only guess what lay beyond this invisible frontier. But in 2012, Voyager 1 made history by crossing into interstellar space.
The U.S. Space Agency, NASA, made it official. Voyager has, in fact, entered interstellar space.
It was a groundbreaking moment, and the world could not help but hold its breath as it happened. Voyager 2 followed suit in 2018, becoming the second spacecraft to reach this outermost boundary. As these probes crossed into interstellar space, they began to detect strange and unexpected phenomena that have forever changed our understanding of space. At the heliopause, where the solar wind stops, Voyager's sensors recorded something remarkable: dramatic plasma density changes. Plasma is a hot, ionized gas that makes up much of the material in space. Still, scientists had never anticipated such drastic changes at the solar system's edge. This discovery forced experts to rethink what they had assumed about the solar system's boundaries, revealing that space beyond our sun's reach is much more dynamic and complex than previously believed. Like we said, one of the most fascinating discoveries Voyager 1 made was detecting plasma waves. Scientists were already familiar with the occasional bursts of plasma caused by solar flares, but these waves were entirely different. Voyager 1 picked up a continuous, steady hum that scientists now know results from the vibrations in interstellar plasma. This material exists between stars in the galaxy. What's even more remarkable is that this hum was not just a random event. It was consistent and provided a new way to measure the density of interstellar material. This discovery changed how scientists view the environment of interstellar space. What was once thought to be an empty and silent void is actually full of activity, with the sound of plasma vibrations constantly filling the vastness of space. This data gave scientists new insights into the plasma environment of interstellar space and how it interacts with the boundaries of our solar system. But what if we tell you the surprises didn't stop there? As Voyager 1 and 2 traveled further, both probes detected something scientists hadn't anticipated: a strange pressure at the solar system's edge. Unlike anything seen before, this pressure appears to be caused by a combination of cosmic rays, interstellar plasma, and the magnetic fields of space. The fact that Voyager detected this pressure suggests that the solar system's boundary is not a simple line where solar wind stops and interstellar space begins. Instead, this area is much more turbulent and dynamic than anyone had imagined. The interaction between cosmic rays, high-energy particles from beyond our solar system, and the solar wind creates a constantly shifting environment. These forces are at play in the region where the solar system ends, creating an entirely new kind of pressure. Scientists are still trying to understand the full implications of this pressure. Still, it indicates a far more complex and active environment at the edge of our solar system than previously thought. While Voyager 1 and 2 were designed to collect data about the outer planets, they were also tasked with carrying something much more unique: a golden record. This gold-plated disc, placed on both Voyager 1 and 2, contains images, sounds, and messages from Earth, meant to serve as a message to any potential extraterrestrial intelligence that might one day encounter the spacecraft. As Voyager drifts farther and farther into the void, this golden record carries with it humanity's story, our culture, music, hopes, and dreams. These records may one day be the only trace of our existence for any beings who might come across them in the distant future. But we're just getting started in this exploration. Let's take a closer look at some of Voyager's most shocking findings, beginning with the icy moons of Saturn.
NASA's Cassini spacecraft has begun sending its best-ever views of the northern extremes of Saturn's icy moon Enceladus, which is mostly covered by fresh and clean ice.
The mysterious atmospheres of Uranus and Neptune, and the volcanic chaos on Jupiter's moon Io. New discoveries about interstellar space. As Voyager 1 and 2 continue their journey into the unknown, their discoveries challenge everything we thought we knew about the universe. The detection of plasma waves, the mysterious pressure at the solar system's edge, and the turbulent nature of interstellar space are only the beginning. These findings have opened up a new chapter in our understanding of space, forcing scientists to rethink their assumptions and explore new possibilities. What's clear is that the universe is a lot more complicated, active, and full of energy than we ever imagined. Our solar system's boundary is not a clean line, but a dynamic and turbulent space filled with forces we're beginning to understand. Voyager's data is rewriting the textbook on what is beyond the solar system, and there's still so much more to discover. One of the most exciting discoveries came from Voyager 2's flyby of Saturn's moon Enceladus. Once thought to be cold and lifeless, this small, icy moon turned out to be anything but empty.
Its ice moon, Enceladus, holds one of the most surprising weather secrets in the solar system.
Voyager 2 captured images of massive geysers spewing water and organic molecules from beneath Enceladus's icy surface. Scientists were shocked. These geysers hinted at the possibility of a subsurface ocean deep within the moon. Why is this important? Well, beneath the surface of Enceladus, there could be the ingredients necessary for life. The water, organic molecules, and heat from the moon's core could create the perfect environment for microbial life to thrive. This discovery opened up a whole new world of possibilities for astrobiology, the study of life in the universe. Scientists wondered if life could exist on Enceladus or other moons like it. Voyager's discovery sparked intense excitement in the scientific community. It deepened the mystery of what might be hidden beneath the ice-covered surfaces of other moons. But that wasn't all. Voyager 2 also captured close-up views of Saturn's rings. These beautiful, intricate bands of ice and rock aren't just simple circles around the planet. Voyager revealed that Saturn's rings are full of twisted, braided patterns caused by gravitational interactions with the planet's moons. The patterns were stunning and complex, giving scientists a deeper understanding of how moons and rings interact in space. Now, what's more interesting is the fact that Voyager 2 didn't stop with Saturn. It continued its journey to the outer reaches of our solar system, reaching the mysterious ice giants Uranus and Neptune. These planets were unlike any others the Voyager probes had encountered before. The findings here were truly bizarre and far beyond expectations. For one, Voyager revealed extreme weather conditions on both planets. Uranus experienced unusual weather patterns with its tilted axis, unlike anything on Earth. Winds and storms raged in strange directions, suggesting that the planet's weather system was governed by forces that scientists still don't fully understand. But it was Neptune that truly stole the show. Voyager 2 returned stunning images of Neptune's Great Dark Spot, a massive storm system bigger than Earth. This storm featured the strongest winds in the solar system, reaching speeds of over 1,200 miles per hour. But guess what? Perhaps the most mind-boggling discovery was the possibility of diamond rain on Uranus and Neptune. Due to the extreme pressure in their atmospheres, scientists speculated that the conditions might be just right for carbon to crystallize and form diamonds, literal diamond rain falling from the skies of these distant planets.
Enough to transform this graphite rain into diamonds. But even these diamonds are likely destroyed by the pressures of Saturn.
This discovery was more than just a scientific curiosity. It was a whole new way of thinking about planetary atmospheres and the strange processes that happen on planets far from ours. But as Voyager's journey continued, it reached the most massive planet in our solar system, Jupiter. The discoveries here were spectacular, revealing a planet of extraordinary complexity and energy. One of the most dramatic findings was the intense auroras that lit up Jupiter's poles. These auroras were not caused by the usual solar wind, as they are on Earth. Instead, Voyager discovered that Jupiter's massive magnetic field interacted with charged particles emitted by its volcanic moon, Io. These interactions created glowing, electrifying auroras unlike anything seen on Earth. But the most astonishing discovery came from Voyager's observations of Io, one of Jupiter's moons. On Io, Voyager witnessed the first ever volcanic eruptions on another world. These eruptions were unlike anything we have seen on Earth. Io's volcanoes spew molten sulfur and other materials into space. Jupiter's immense gravity drives the volcanic activity on Io, which causes tidal forces to stretch and squeeze the moon's interior. This constant movement generates heat, creating a geological powerhouse. Voyager's images of Io showed an extremely active world, constantly changing and erupting. This opened up a new field of study, focusing on volcanism in the outer solar system. A new perspective on our solar system. You may not know, but Voyager's mission is powered by a special source called a radioisotope thermoelectric generator. These generators turn heat from the decay of radioactive material into electricity, which keeps Voyager's instruments running. But there's a twist. These generators lose power every year. Specifically, 4 watts of power are lost annually. While it doesn't sound much, this small loss increases over time. The spacecraft's power supply has been dwindling slowly, and its ability to send data back to Earth is shrinking. NASA scientists estimate that by around 2030, Voyager will no longer have enough power to continue transmitting information. It's an emotional milestone. These spacecraft have traveled far beyond our solar system, sending back incredible discoveries and expanding our knowledge of space. But as Voyager's power continues to fade, it will soon become unable to fulfill its role as an active space explorer. But don't think too far, because even in their final years, the probes will still send important data about the interstellar medium, the space between the stars. This data will help scientists understand the unknown region where Voyager now travels. In a way, the spacecraft's last moments of activity will still contribute to our understanding of the universe, even though it will no longer be able to answer back to Earth. Undoubtedly, the discoveries made by Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 completely reshaped our understanding of the solar system. What seemed like cold, lifeless planets and moons turned out to be dynamic, active, and full of surprises. Enceladus, once thought to be a frozen rock, might harbor a hidden ocean that could support life. The ice giants Uranus and Neptune revealed violent storms, extreme weather, and even the possibility of diamond rain. Jupiter's moons, especially Io, showed the incredible power of tidal forces and volcanic activity. These discoveries are important for understanding the planets and moons in our solar system and thinking about the possibility of life beyond Earth. If life could exist on a moon like Enceladus, what about other moons in the outer solar system, or even exoplanets in other star systems? The findings from Voyager have opened up exciting new possibilities for astrobiology, geology, and planetary science. Even though Voyager 1 and 2 have left the solar system and are now in interstellar space, their discoveries continue to influence how we look at the universe. Their primary mission was to study the outer planets of our solar system. Still, they've gone far beyond that, entering the mysterious realm of interstellar space. The data they sent back has sparked countless new studies and missions, leading to further exploration of the outer planets and moons. As Voyager's journey continues, we will continue to learn more about the mysteries of space, and who knows what other shocking discoveries await. These two probes have shown us that the universe is full of surprises, bizarre weather patterns, hidden oceans, and volcanic moons, all waiting for us to uncover. Thanks to these incredible missions, our solar system is far more interesting and complex than ever imagined. And as we look ahead to the next generation of space exploration, Voyager's discoveries will continue to guide the way. This ancient manuscript contains truths about humanity's origins and warnings about our present path. It also has prophecies that seem to mirror the events happening in today's world. Could this book have been lost to time for a reason, or is it resurfacing now to prepare us for what's to come? Well, keep watching to find out. The origin of the Quran. The Quran, being the most important book for Muslims around the world, is common knowledge for anyone who has religious inclinations. Muslims believe that the Quran is the word of God, which is called Allah in Arabic. They believe Allah revealed the Quran to a man named Prophet Muhammad. This happened over 1,400 years ago in the 7th century. The Quran is written in Arabic, which is the language of the Arabian Peninsula, where it was revealed. To understand why the Quran made these terrible revelations about the human race, we must start with the origin of the Quran. The origin of the Quran starts with the Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad was born around the year 570 CE in a city called Mecca, in what is now Saudi Arabia. His family belonged to a respected tribe called the Quraysh. Muhammad's father died before he was born, and his mother died when he was very young. He was raised by his grandfather and later by his uncle. Growing up, Muhammad became known as a very honest and trustworthy man. People in Mecca called him Al-Amin, which means the trustworthy one. Mecca, at the time, was a city full of people who worshipped many gods. They believed in idols, which were statues of gods that they placed in a holy building called the Kaaba. The Kaaba was a very important place for the people in Mecca. They would travel from far away to worship their gods there.
Muhammad's message. The Kaaba belongs to me and Muslims and Islam.
But not everyone was happy about this way of life. Some people felt that worshipping idols was wrong and that there was only one God. Muhammad was one of these people. Muhammad often liked to spend time alone, away from the noise and activities of the city. He would go to a cave called Hira, located on a mountain near Mecca. In this quiet cave, Muhammad would think deeply and pray. It was during one of these visits to the cave, when Muhammad was about 40 years old, that something very important happened. One night, while Muhammad was in the cave, an angel appeared to him. The angel's name was Gabriel, which is Jibrail in Arabic. Muslims believe that this angel was sent by Allah. Angel Gabriel gave Muhammad the first words of what would later become the Quran. The angel told Muhammad to read. Muhammad, who could not read or write, was confused. He said, "I cannot read." The angel repeated the command and then gave him the words to recite. These words were the first revelation of the Quran. Muhammad was very shaken by this experience. He returned home to his wife Khadija and told her what had happened. Khadija comforted him and encouraged him. She believed that Muhammad had been chosen for something very special. Soon after, more revelations began to come. Over the next 23 years, Muhammad continued to receive messages from Allah through Angel Gabriel. These messages were given to him in pieces, little by little. Each time, Muhammad would memorize the words, and so would his followers. This is how the Quran was revealed. At first, Muhammad shared these messages with only a few close friends and family members. Slowly, more people began to believe in his message. Muhammad taught that there was only one God, Allah, and that people should stop worshipping idols.
We believe, as monotheists, that there is only one God.
He also taught about kindness, justice, and helping others. He said that people should pray, give to the poor, and live good, honest lives. But not everyone liked Muhammad's message. Many leaders in Mecca were angry. They did not want to stop worshipping idols because it was part of their traditions and made them powerful. They also made a lot of money from people who visited Mecca to worship these idols. As more people became followers of Muhammad, the leaders of Mecca began to threaten him and his followers. They made life very difficult for the Muslims. After many years of facing challenges, Muhammad and his followers left Mecca and moved to another city called Medina. This event is known as the Hijra, which means migration. In Medina, the Muslim community grew stronger. Muhammad continued to receive revelations, and more people became Muslims. These revelations covered many topics like worship, family life, laws, and the importance of faith. Muslims believe that the Quran is a guide for how they should live their lives. After several years, Muhammad and his followers were able to return to Mecca. They removed the idols from the Kaaba and dedicated it to the worship of Allah alone. This was an important moment in Islamic history. Muhammad continued to teach Islam and share the words of the Quran until he died in the year 632 CE. After Muhammad's death, his followers worked hard to preserve the Quran. During his life, the Quran had not been written down as one single book. Instead, it was memorized by many of Muhammad's companions and written on different materials like palm leaves, stones, and animal skins. To make sure the Quran was not forgotten or changed, the followers of Muhammad collected all the verses and wrote them down. They organized the revelations into chapters, which are called surahs, and verses, which are called ayahs.
The Quran is compiled of 114 chapters, or what we call surah.
Now, some of these verses carried terrifying revelations about humanity's future. The Quran's terrible revelation about humanity's future. There is no doubt that the Quran's teachings have guided people in faith, family, and everyday life, but there are many stories of knowledge and warnings found in the Quran that people find mysterious, surprising, and sometimes even frightening. Over time, scholars have worked hard to understand these words, uncover hidden meanings, and explore what they might mean for the future of humanity. Some of these discoveries seem to contain revelations that are not only ancient, but also terrifying, as they speak about the future of humankind. One of the key ideas in the Quran is that humans often make mistakes and forget their purpose in life. The text repeatedly warns against greed, selfishness, and turning away from good deeds. In many verses, it is said that those who ignore kindness, justice, and honesty will create suffering in the world. These messages were true in ancient times, and they are still true today. If we look around us, we can see examples of this everywhere, from wars, poverty, and corruption to hoodlums destroying properties. Some people say that these warnings are a sign of what will happen if humanity does not improve. They believe the Quran is telling us that ignoring these values will bring terrible consequences in the future. Another part of the Quran that people find frightening is how it describes natural disasters and events that could destroy human life. In many verses, there are mentions of earthquakes, floods, storms, and other disasters that will occur as signs of the end times.
Hurricane Sandy, which led to many deaths and the destruction of property. Are hurricanes, earthquakes, and other environmental disasters acts of God?
For example, The Quran says that the earth will shake, mountains will crumble, and the seas will boil over. These descriptions paint a terrifying picture of what could happen to the planet. Some people believe that these verses are warnings about climate change and the destruction of the environment. Today, we are already seeing changes in the world's climate. Temperatures are rising, ice is melting, and extreme weather events are becoming more common. If this continues, the world could face terrible consequences, just as the Quran has warned. That's not all. The Quran also talks about the signs of the Day of Judgment as the day when the world will end and humans will be held accountable for their actions. The Quran describes this day as a time of great fear, chaos, and regret. It says that people will see the truth about their lives, and those who ignored goodness will wish they could go back and change their actions. The signs of this day include the spread of corruption, dishonesty, and injustice in society. It also talks about people becoming ungrateful, disobedient to their parents, and greedy for power. These signs can seem terrifying because they are things we can already see in the world today. This makes many people wonder if the future that the Quran warns about is closer than we think. Now, what is the main purpose behind these revelations being given, and how have they influenced humanity's choices? Keep watching to find out. How the Quran's revelations has influenced humanity's choices. The terrible revelations in the Quran are not meant to scare people for no reason. Instead, they are like a wake-up call, asking people to think about their actions and make better choices. Many of the problems mentioned in the Quran, such as greed, corruption, and destruction, are things that humans can control. If people listen to the teachings and work toward kindness, justice, and care for the earth, they can create a better future. But if people continue to ignore these warnings, the consequences may be as terrible as the Quran describes. One of the biggest ways the Quran has influenced humanity is by providing a moral code. The Quran teaches people to do good and avoid evil. It talks about honesty, kindness, charity, and fairness. For example, the Quran encourages giving to the poor and helping those in need. Many Muslims follow this teaching by donating a part of their wealth, called zakat, to help those who are less fortunate. This choice to give and care for others has led to the creation of strong communities where people feel supported. Another important way the Quran has shaped humanity is through its emphasis on justice and fairness. The Quran teaches that all people are equal, no matter their race, gender, or wealth. It says that no one is better than another except by their good actions and character. This teaching has encouraged societies to treat people fairly and to fight against injustice. For example, many Islamic leaders and scholars have worked to protect the rights of women, the poor, and minorities based on the Quran's message. It has inspired movements that aim to create balance and equality in society. Things don't end there. The Quran also influences how people find peace and purpose in life. It answers questions about why we are here, what our purpose is, and what happens after death. For many Muslims, the Quran gives them hope and direction. It teaches that life is a test, and that good actions will be rewarded in the hereafter. This belief shapes the choices people make every day. They try to live good lives, be kind to others, and avoid harming anyone because they believe their actions have meaning. The Quran has also brought people together. True to its teachings, it has united people of different backgrounds, languages, and cultures under one shared belief. This unity has created a strong sense of community among Muslims. They support each other, celebrate together, and stand by one another during difficult times. For example, during the Hajj pilgrimage, millions of Muslims from all over the world come together to worship. This shared experience influences their choices to treat others with love, respect, and understanding. However, the recent events at the Kaaba have sparked confusion and speculation about their natural or spiritual significance. One such is the sound of the Quran recitation. The recitation of the Quran in the Kaaba, Islam's holiest sanctuary located in Mecca, holds profound significance in the hearts of Muslims. When pilgrims approach the Kaaba, one of the most cherished acts is to recite the Quran while in its sacred proximity. The Quran, considered the literal word of God as revealed to Prophet Muhammad, is the Holy Scripture of Islam, guiding believers in matters of faith, morality, and conduct. For pilgrims who undertake the sacred journey to Mecca, reciting the Quran near the Kaaba is a moment of profound personal connection with their faith. It symbolizes the culmination of their spiritual journey and a rare opportunity to stand near the sacred structure. Reciting the Quran in the Kaaba is a deeply spiritual and symbolic act. It represents a direct connection between the believer and the divine, as the words of the Quran are believed to be a direct revelation from Allah. The act of recitation within the precincts of the Kaaba enhances the sense of spiritual presence and devotion. With that, we've come to the end of the video. What do you think about Voyager and its role in humanity's understanding of the cosmos? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click on the following video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.